Join me as I dive into the incredible journey of Theodore Roosevelt and challenge myself to uncover the key moments that propelled him to power. Theodore Roosevelt is a name that resonates deeply in American politics, a complex and dynamic figure who left an indelible mark on the nation. From his early days as a sickly child to his rise as a prominent leader, Roosevelt's story is one of perseverance, determination, and unbridled passion. As we delve into the world of Theodore Roosevelt, it's essential to understand the tumultuous landscape of late 19th century America. The country was undergoing rapid industrialization, urbanization, and immigration, leading to widespread discontent and demands for reform. Roosevelt's life and career were deeply intertwined with these forces, shaping his policies and worldview. Roosevelt's rise to power was nothing short of meteoric, a trajectory that would take him from the New York State Assembly to the White House in a span of just 2 decades. But what drove this remarkable journey, and how did he overcome the numerous obstacles that stood in his way? That's what we'll explore in this video. As we begin this exploration, it's crucial to recognize that Roosevelt's life was not without its challenges. His health was precarious, his temper was infamous, and his ego was often seen as a liability. Yet, he persevered, driven by an unwavering commitment to making a difference in the world. The late 19th century was a time of great upheaval in American politics. The Republican Party, which had dominated the national scene since the Civil War, was facing internal divisions and external pressures. The party's old guard was struggling to adapt to the changing times, opening the door for new voices and fresh perspectives. One of the key factors that contributed to the Republican Party's struggles was the onslaught of reform movements. From labor rights to women's suffrage, a wide range of groups was demanding change and pushing the boundaries of American politics. Roosevelt, with his progressive leanings and boundless energy, was well-positioned to tap into these sentiments and harness their power. As the Republican Party grappled with these challenges, a new generation of leaders was emerging. Men like Roosevelt, who was young, charismatic, and bursting with ideas, were seen as the future of the party. But the path to power was not without its obstacles, and Roosevelt would face numerous setbacks and disappointments along the way. In the midst of this turmoil, the Republican Party was desperate for a unifying figure, someone who could bridge the gap between the old guard and the new reformers. Roosevelt, with his unique blend of charm, intelligence, and grit, was perfectly positioned to fill this void. Born on October 27, 1858, Theodore Roosevelt was the second of 4 children to Edith Caro and Theodore Roosevelt Sr. His early life was marked by illness and frailty, but he was determined to overcome these limitations and make a name for himself. Roosevelt's love affair with the natural world began at a young age, and he spent countless hours studying and collecting specimens. This passion would stay with him throughout his life, shaping his views on conservation and the environment. In 1876, Roosevelt enrolled at Harvard University, where he studied biology and developed a reputation as a fierce competitor in athletics. His time at Harvard was marked by both academic and personal growth, as he began to forge the relationships that would serve him well in his future career. After graduating from Harvard, Roosevelt embarked on a series of adventures that would take him from the Badlands of North Dakota to the cattle ranches of Wyoming. This rugged, unforgiving environment toughened him up, both physically and mentally, and instilled in him a deep respect for the land and its people. Roosevelt's entry into politics was far from smooth, marked by a series of setbacks and disappointments. He ran for mayor of New York City in 1886, but was soundly defeated, a loss that would haunt him for years to come. Undeterred by this initial failure, Roosevelt continued to build his reputation as a writer and a thinker. His books on the American West, particularly Hunting Trips of a Ranchman, earned him critical acclaim and helped establish him as a rising star in Republican circles. In 1889, Roosevelt's big break came when he was appointed as the Civil Service Commissioner, a position that gave him a chance to showcase his reformist credentials. Over the next 6 years, he worked tirelessly to clean up the patronage system, earning him both praise and criticism from the political establishment. Roosevelt's tenure as police commissioner of New York City was marked by controversy and conflict, as he clashed with the city's powerful democratic machine. Despite these challenges, he remained steadfast in his commitment to reform, using his position to expose corruption and push for greater accountability. The turning point in Roosevelt's career came in 1898, when he was appointed as the Assistant Secretary of the Navy. This position gave him a chance to build his credentials as a national leader, and he seized the opportunity with both hands. As the Spanish-American War loomed on the horizon, Roosevelt's aggressive posturing and military preparedness earned him widespread acclaim. His famous Rough Riders Regiment, which fought bravely in Cuba, cemented his status as a war hero and catapulted him onto the national stage. Roosevelt's subsequent election as governor of New York in 1898 marked a major milestone in his career, as he used this position to push for sweeping reforms and challenge the entrenched power structures of the state. Despite his numerous successes, Roosevelt faced stiff opposition from the political machines, which saw him as a threat to their dominance. His battles with the Albany legislature, in particular, were legendary, as he fought to pass landmark legislation on issues like labor rights and conservation. Roosevelt's health was another major hurdle he had to overcome. His eyesight was poor, and he suffered from chronic illnesses, including asthma and stomach problems. Yet, he refused to let these limitations hold him back, using his illness to fuel his determination and drive. In 1900, Roosevelt's big break came when he was chosen as William McKinley's running mate, a move that would propel him into the vice presidency. This was a calculated risk, as Roosevelt's reformist credentials and energetic style were seen as a perfect complement to McKinley's more conservative approach. The assassination of William McKinley in 1901 changed everything, as Roosevelt suddenly found himself in the presidency. This was a moment of great uncertainty, as the nation struggled to come to terms with the sudden loss of its leader. Roosevelt's presidency was marked by a flurry of activity, as he used his executive powers to push for reform and regulation. His trust-busting policies, which targeted the giant corporations and monopolies, earned him both praise and criticism from the business community. Through his presidency, Roosevelt remained committed to his core values of conservation, reform, and internationalism. He was a true original, a leader who defied categorization and pushed the boundaries of American politics. As we look back on Roosevelt's remarkable journey, it's clear that his contributions to American politics were profound and lasting. He helped to shape the modern presidency, expanded the role of government, and left an indelible mark on the natural environment. Theodore Roosevelt's rise to power is a testament to the power of perseverance, determination, and sheer force of will. He remains an inspiration to us all, a reminder that even the most unlikely of figures can make a difference in the world. If you want to learn more about Roosevelt's life and legacy, I highly recommend checking out some of the excellent books and documentaries out there. The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt by Edmund Morris is a fantastic biography that provides a comprehensive look at his life and career. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through the life of Theodore Roosevelt. If you want to explore more about American presidents or the Progressive Era, be sure to check out some of our other videos on the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.